Hey, everybody. It is Trending Topic Wednesday. What I got on me? Okay, it's Trending Topic Wednesday, and we got some good topics for tonight, okay? Really good topics. In this title, it's a man's world. It's a man's world. And why are we titling it It's a Man's World? Because a wife put her hands on the mistress. And I'm saying to myself, girlfriend, there ain't no way on this earth. Let me tell you this right now. There's no way on this earth I'm going to get into it with another chick over no man. Now, the best advice I can give you if your man is cheating, let him cheat. Let him walk out of your life. You don't need him. And listen, maybe let me flip this. Men, if your wife, girlfriend, or whatever is cheating, let him cheat. Let him walk. Don't hold on to no cheater because there's going to be nothing but heartache and heartbreak. Don't do it. But I'm definitely not about to be fighting nobody in these streets over no other person. It ain't never going to happen, okay? Okay? Wait, Miss Wilson, hold on. Lionel Richie White beat him up in the mistress, okay? Now, if you're going to fight somebody, I ain't mad at that. Fight them both. Fight them both. Okay, I'm about to board the train soon, y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all know right now because I see some people trying to get on the platform. The platform is packed. We on lockdown in the platform right now, okay? We 10 deep, and that's all we can do. Okay, the platform is packed, but I appreciate y'all for trying to come in. But I'm not fighting nobody in these streets over a man. So many people out there, and I have to go like he said, I'm gonna switch them out. Gonna get hurt out in these streets, okay? Now, then we got another mistress, another wife. She unalives a chick over the man. Now here you are, you had a no good man, and you gonna be behind bars, locked up over this man. I mean, you got to be stupid. You have got to be a fool. All right? Let me tell you right here, right now, if I do lose my mind and happen to slap the side chick in the face, I ain't going to unalive her now. You just give her a little smack, a little warning or something. Don't be unaliving her. I'm not going to jail over no man. I will not get cleaned up. No. Then we got Tiffany Haddish. She didn't know it's a man's world. Yes, it is. It's a man's world. And we can't go with what's fair and what's not fair. It's just simply as that. It's a man's world. So Tiffany Haddish is all in her feelings, talking about, Common was the best she ever had, and saying that he broke up with her over the phone and it wasn't a mutual agreement. Tiffany, come on now, girl. You lucky he broke up with you over the phone. Because a lot of these men out here, they'll just ghost you. And you be home wondering, are they alive? What happened? Why they didn't call you? So, girl, be glad you got the phone call. And again, what is my advice? Let them walk. Now, y'all know we can't get away without doing trending topics and have some situation with the airplane now. Okay, we got an airplane story because I know y'all love those, okay? Got an airplane story. The British Airlines out there serving the people KFC. So if you was a vegetarian on that flight, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Now listen, guys, y'all know what I need in this chat. What do I need? I need a what? Because I got to board this train. Come on now. Thank you. I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train for Trending Topics Wednesday, okay? And as I already stated, we got us some good topics. Now I got to bring my best buddy up on this platform. Hey, Tustin.
Hey, doing?
How you doing?
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome tonight.
All right. Come on now. Awesome. Hey, Rhea.
Hello.
Oh. Hey, Robin. The monthly.
Listen. Hold on.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm holding on.
Let me say something.
I was emotional about last night. I missed last night, and I was emotional.
Oh.
And I am just shocking by the people. We okay with bullying the people out here in the world. We okay with, having fun at other people's expenses. You know, and I hope, Diva, that you're gonna do a part 2, Auntie, because I'm not gonna address no issues tonight. If the people really want to know, you can go to my channel, Rare's World. Thank you for the shout out, period. But Auntie, let us know if we're gonna have a part 2 so that we can schedule it and be prepared.
You talking about Nene. You talking about Nene. You know what? When Carlos King drops part 2 of her interview, we will do part 2 over here too. Okay? Because we're gonna talk about it. And I forgot to make the announcement, everybody. Over here, we catch the train. We don't catch feelings. When you have wait, hold on one second, Dustin. When you have a stance, stand your ground. Stand your ground, because I'm going to stand mine. So we're going to get into some stuff, okay? Stand your ground, because if the train has to shake, then the train is going to shake.
And I'm sorry I wasn't here last night.
That I'm sorry too, my brother.
Because
you know what?
Was beating you up, and I don't appreciate it.
They was like this. They was left, right, left.
I'm sorry I wasn't here last night because I didn't.
But you know what, though? How many rounds are in a boxing match for you?
10.
10 rounds in the boxing match? Well, let me tell you something. I made it through all 10 rounds. You better ask somebody. Period. Period.
I want to know, how were you getting beat up with your best buddy on the platform? That's what we need to talk after this.
Dustin wasn't here. He wasn't there last night. He wasn't there.
I couldn't get Leo. Every time I tried to get in, it was full.
He wasn't getting beat up. No. I don't know why y'all saying it like that. She wasn't getting beat up. Everybody, listen here. We all cool. We all family here. Okay, none of us catch feelings.
Yeah, we don't catch feelings, but y'all did beat.
Y'all dragged her down the train station.
No. Listen, that's called a difference of opinions.
Wait, Michelle, you ain't lying. I need a band-aid. Okay.
Oh, now you're gonna be the next Carly Russell. Okay, we get you.
All right, yo, we gotta get into it because we got some topics tonight. Yes, Dustin.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course.
I'm so sorry, Diva, that I wasn't here last night. I tried to get in about 1,000,000 times last night. It was full and I couldn't get in. So I made for sure I got my ticket anyway, even though I wasn't.
You didn't come early enough. See, that's how much you didn't love them.
Michelle said they dragged the heck out of Diva. LL, proud of you, girl. Come on now, keep your head up. That's what I was helping you. I helped you. Yes, you did, Sebastian, and so did Leo. Yes. Okay, y'all. We got to get into these topics. Everybody mute their line until I get through the story, okay? Because we got some stuff we got to talk about, all right? I got to get through this stuff right here. We're going to start out with, let me see who we're going to start out with. Let's start out with the first young lady. This young lady, she works for LeBron James. She's 51. She's a whole high-level executive, okay? She be out and about in the streets hanging with the A-list celebrities. And she found herself in Las Vegas in a very posh hotel in a brawl with the OnlyFans model that allegedly was sleeping with her husband, okay? And like I said, people, you are a fool if you want to find your man is cheating and you want to put your hands on the other lady. Speak to your man. You sleeping with the enemy and you outside fighting some other chick. I would never let another chick see me sweat. Now hold on, guys. I'm gonna share this screen. Let's share this screen here. Let's bring up this story. Okay. So her name is, let me see, where am I at? Her name is Erin Harris. Woman filmed brawling with husband's OnlyFans mistress on the floor, people, of a Las Vegas casino. It stated that she is a top executive at LeBron James Tequila Company. Now, LeBron done gave you a job. You a top executive, and you fooling around with some Only Models fan, rolling and tossing on the floor with her like you in the playground. A viral brawl inside a Las Vegas casino was sparked by a senior executive at LeBron James Tequila Company when she came face to face with her husband's mistress. It has been noted. Erin Harris, 42, is the chief marketing officer of James liquor brand. What is that? Lobos 1707. A role that has seen her party with 8 less celebrities and appear in the company's promotions. See, she and one of her friends, but you know what? Shout out to her girlfriend. This is the kind of friends I want. Shout out to her girlfriend, because her girlfriend made sure that, she got in on it too. So she and one of her friends were caught on a widely circulated video embroiled in an ugly casino floor catfight with OnlyFans model Danielle, who's 24. Okay, in a clash over her husband Mike Harris, 51. So the husband's 51. The scanty-clad woman broke out into a vicious hair pulling and slapping on the floor of the Wynn, one of Las Vegas' most upscale hotels, earlier this month. Okay, and Danielle claimed that the Bulls executive was the aggressor. So she's claiming that, this man's wife was the aggressor. Harris was reportedly in Las Vegas with the basketball star to promote Lobo 1707 during the annual NBA Summer League event before she erupted at her husband's secret lover. So that's her right there. And her hubby got a secret lover, okay? And that's the lover right there, the OnlyFans model. Okay, this is what these men are fooling with in the streets, people. Take a good look. That's what they want, okay? They want the woman to look like that. Now, we're going to play some of this. So let's listen in. Let's see what's going down right here. Hold on one second.
Hey! Hey! God damn! Get away! Damn! Calm down! Get up! Off a wheelchair, dude? Let go! Let go! Crazy! Man, that girl. I don't wheelchair, dude. Damn. Crazy.
All right. So you saw a little brawl there. Before standing marketing for LeBron James Tequila Company, Harris reportedly found work with another A-lister in her role as senior vice president of rapper Diddy Combs Enterprises. Okay. So she know where to get a job. She gets a job with the high-level people. Okay. So she said, according to Danielle version of the events, that's the OnlyFans model. Her beef with Haddish started 4 months before their casino brawl, when the executive discovered her husband was having an affair with the model. She claims that Harris hired a private investigator who unearthed the fling, leading to a hostile phone conversation with the model admitted to sleeping with the married man. She said, I told her it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody else, she recalled. So she told the wife, listen, don't be mad at me. It's me today. Make sure everybody's muted, please. She's like, it's me today, but tomorrow it's going to be somebody else if it ain't me. So talk to your husband pretty much. However, Mike Harris denied the affair. They always do. Deny. They always do, okay? It's a man's world, people. It's a man's world. However, Mike Harris denied the affair when contacted by Fox and claims to have nothing to do with the viral video. Two women got in a scuffle at a hotel. It had nothing to do with me, he added. That punk. So he gonna let the people know, listen, there was two women. One of those females was your wife. He said two women got into a scuffle. Ain't got nothing to do with me. So leave me alone. He messy. That's the model. Okay, that's the OnlyFans model. Sleeping with people's husbands. Okay. That's the wife. Okay. Listen. Look at her. The 51-year-old is reportedly the CEO of a luxury athletic brand and has lavish lifestyle is seemingly a reason for the OnlyFans model affection. As she said, he just likes to take care of me. Okay, so she's saying I can't help it. He likes to take care of me. Both women were seen in the footage alongside two others. Okay, and the model claiming that her pal Amanda, 29, were at the pool moments before the fight. When the duo went to the casino at the Wynn to use the bathroom, she says Harris just happened to recognize her, leading her to allegedly charge her. Right. However, the lead up to the fight was more tame, according to Las Vegas police, who said security footage showed Harris and a friend only tapped the model on the shoulder to get her attention. Immediately after, all four females started throwing punches at each other, cops said. Two separate videos that went viral on social media captured parts of the brawl, with the first showing the model wearing a gold-colored outfit, pinning Harris' friend wearing a black and white top and denim shorts on the casino's red carpet. Following an audible slapping sound, the person filming the brawl could be heard exclaiming, "God damn." Clearly shocked as the fight gets even more violent, a bystander tried to separate the woman and was able to pin one of them against the wall. But the model came to at him armed with a pink heel flip-flop. In the second clip, Harris, wearing cream sweatpants, is shown on a battery scooter parked near one of the casino poker tables. She was contorted on her side as she once again fought the woman in gold, with the two locked in a vice grip. This was a mess. This was a mess. Okay? It was a hot mess. This time, the man in blue and security guard have stepped in, with one of them heard shouting, "Calm down," at the woman as they try to pull them apart. At this point, Harris is almost horizontal on the scooter as she and the woman in gold hold on to each other, slapping and kicking out. The man feeling his hurt, saying, "Dude, this is some crazy, you know what," as the crowd watches on. Finally, the men are able to pull the two women apart, with the security guard pulling the one of the women to the floor and pinning her down, her arms behind her back. Okay, so everybody were issued citations for disorderly conduct and released. Police attempted to interview Harris, but when they went to her room, she had cleared out and did not answer her phone, according to reports. Okay, listen, guys. Of course, nobody responded for a comment. This is a hot mess. I'm not fighting my husband's mistress. Not going to happen. I ain't doing it. Now, Dustin, I'm gonna start with you. What are your thoughts on this situation?
My thoughts are, David, I don't think anybody should be fighting anybody in the public. Everybody else could see it. So I'm going to say this, and this is how I feel. I think the police should get involved, and I think some arrests should be made.
Want them arrested? Okay, thank you, Dustin.
I think they should be arrested, and they should be charged for what they done in the public eye.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you, Dustin. Roya, what are your thoughts? The wife putting her hands on the mistress, and the mistress saying, "Listen, he likes me." What do you want? You're muted.
The whole did deserve to get her butt kicked. You know, I don't know. You know, there used to be a class about being a mistress, and now these mistresses are just straight out here hoes out here. They don't care. They don't mind telling you that they sleeping with your man. Like, I just can't imagine that this woman would have just ran up and hit this lady. There had to have been an exchange of words, and this hoe had to get out of pocket and out of line and say some reckless stuff like she said, "Your husband just like to take care of me." Them is fighting words. No. And I'm finna go home and find my man and then beat his ass too. I'm finna be like Michelle off of Survival of the Thickest. Everybody getting their butt kicked tonight. Everybody. Like, no. Like, it's
you know what? First of all, I'm leaving that man, because when you want to do a response talking about this ain't got nothing to do with you, it was just two people fighting. So now they coming to our house because you about to get slapped too.
But here's the thing. See, to me, in this situation, it looking like she hold the finances in the relationship. And so if a divorce is filed, he could get all her.
No, when I read there, he does pretty well for himself. He has a nice little job, and that's why they mentioned his job and said that pretty much. And then the girl said he just likes to take care of her. He got a little job. He got a
little job, or he got a real job making.
No, I want to say it said that he owns some apparel company or something like that.
Well, Sheree own an apparel company.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Either way, though, he's a hot mess. He's messy.
Shame on him and shame on the side chick. You know, and sometimes a bought lesson is a taught lesson. Sometimes you need hands put on you. I'm going to do what your mama didn't do for you. Kick your ass now.
Oh my God. Robin, your thoughts? Robin, are you there? All right, I'm going to have to go past Robin. Robin, I can't hear you. It doesn't seem like you're on mute. Are you there before I pass by you? All right, Felicia, you're up.
Hey, everybody. Look, I'm just going to answer and respond honestly. That looked like a good damn fight to me.
I watched it a few times back.
I was like, let me see more. That looked like the kind of old school fight that I used to love to see and watch. And I'm gonna be honest. If I was her friend, yeah, I would have got in there too. We would have been whooping some A together. So, yeah, it was a good fight. That's my comment.
Thank you, Felicia. Leo, your thoughts?
I gotta ride with you again, Diva. I'm too old to be fighting over some old man. And this is the part that people seem to, forget. Like, so the two chicks is fighting, the wife and the side chick is fighting. But Pete, he's somewhere out with the other girl.
Come on
he
now.
ain't studying y'all.
Come
Y'all
on now.
get ready to go to jail. Y'all get ready to have charges. Y'all gonna have to hire lawyers. Y'all got to spend money. He ain't thinking about y'all. He with the whole other chick, right? So save yourself some dignity and just go ahead on and move on. Even if you got to do a silent move on, like you just signed your check, Ninja, to get up out of here, and I'm gonna move in silence from here on out. You gonna look and I'm just gonna be gone. Don't talk to me. I don't need no explanations. I ain't got to talk to her. I ain't got to talk to you. I ain't got to talk to none of y'all. All y'all can kick rocks with sandals on. I could care less. And I'm not about to be in the public fighting over some man. Now, this is where my line falls in at, right? Just don't run up on me, okay? Just don't run up on me.
Now, that's a different story. You are correct.
That's a different story. Now, if you run up on me, I'm a drag.
Right.
I'm going to drag.
Right. You're going to get what you came
just for. Don't bother me. Yep. Right. Just don't bother me.
And I won't bother you. You're going to get what you came
And I won't bother you. It's not a problem. If you want him, he's yours.
That part. That part. Wayne said when a wife goes after the mistress, the wife ends up looking like a damn fool. That's facts. Take it up with your husband if you want him. That's facts. Come on, Wayne. You better talk to the people.
That's right.
You better talk to the people. You sleeping with the enemy and you fighting this girl. Now, one thing, the girl was fresh in the mouth, but one thing she did say is true. If it ain't me, it's going to be somebody else because that's who you married. That's who you married. Yeah. So today you fighting me. Tomorrow you going to be fighting somebody else because your man is for the streets. He's for the streets. Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
Okay. How are you a careered woman?
Come on, career. Come on now. Talk about it.
Careered woman worked for some good companies. And you let an OnlyFans model, someone who spreads it out wide for the world to see for what, $5, $10, $20?
Come on now.
To get you out of character because of your man? Listen, if she came to your house, that would have been a whole different situation.
Come on, facts, right?
But you went into her territory and you put your hands on her. You don't do that type of stuff. You don't put hands on people.
Well, she tapped us because she realized who she was and she wanted to have a conversation with her.
Well, tapping can be counted as provoking.
Well, true. Okay.
It depends on how aggressive was the tap. Was it a little pat on the back or like a finger and just hitting multiple times? We don't know. But I will say this. Never would I ever get out of character if I'm careered and have a future. Because what if she pressed charges for assault? What are you going to do then? Also, there's many fish in the sea. You are very well educated. You're very well educated. You are very well career. You have experience. There's many fish in the sea, and you would have found someone who's probably even better than him. Therefore,
somebody that ain't for the streets.
Somebody that isn't for the streets and somebody that's loyal. Like women, y'all should not be going out here hitting mistresses or whatsoever. I don't support mistresses. I don't support them. But if they're not provoking you, you should not be going to entertain them. If you find out that your spouse is cheating, walk out. Walk out. And I want to know, does she have kids with him?
I don't know, but you know what? I wouldn't care if they had 20 kids.
If they had kids, walk out and then bring them to court, and then they can figure something out. You did not have to go through all this. Now the public
rolling on the floor. So only when that man goes to make a comment, he like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. You arrogant piece of trash.
Exactly. And now
arrogant piece of trash.
The whole world sees this. Your future employers will see this. And now you're probably ruined. the money that brings if you do have children, that brings food onto the table for your kids. That's it.
Thank you. Lorraine said, don't fight for love. Come on, you better talk about it, Lorraine. If I got to fight for love, I'm going to be fighting forever. I'm good. I'll be single at home. In my opinion, your thoughts?
If you find a man in the dumpster, then that's what you deserve.
Mom,
let me tell
I
you
don't
something.
understand.
Hey, go in there.
Wait. Mom.
Let me tell you something, okay? First of all, I ain't rolling around in the flow with nobody, okay? I wasn't born that way. I ain't got to fight for something that's mine, okay? If it's yours, it's yours. And if it ain't yours, then you better throw that thing back in the dumpster that it came out of. Have some respect for yourself.
Respect yourself, okay? 5 foot divorce and take everything, leaving him with the side piece and nothing. Exactly. Come on now, I'm not fighting for this man. Why is this educated woman with such a professional job stooped to this level? Shaking my head, just leave him. Woman, where's your self-worth? Come on now, do better, woman. Self-respect first. I'm trying to tell you, that woman really loves her man. Thank you, Manuel. Sheila, what are your thoughts?
First of all, I agree. When you have everything to lose, you have nothing to gain by out there in the public making a spectacle of yourself.
Come on now.
And if your spouse is out there cheating, he's not yours or she's not yours.
Come on now.
Ooh.
Come on now.
So it's ridiculous. I have never understood that when I've seen people go after the woman. That's ridiculous.
It's insane.
You have to love yourself and respect yourself. And I'll say again, I'm blessed. I've never, ever, ever had to experience that with my husband. I had a very faithful spouse, and it's people teach people how to treat you.
Facts. And God bless. And see, that's why I believe there's a ton of good men out there. And you have to be willing to respect yourself enough to wait till he finds you. Because somebody said love will find you.
And that's true. My husband found me. I wasn't looking for him. And that's the problem. People search for relationships. Okay. You don't search for it. It'll come to you if it's meant for you. And if it's not meant for you, let it go. Find somebody else. Find something else. Don't sit out there and in his response, it was 2 ladies fighting, not my wife or somebody else.
Come on now.
That tells you all you need to know about that situation.
Come on now, Sheila. That spoke volumes.
Yes.
That spoke volumes. He said, this ain't got nothing to do with me. In other words, I'm not going to lose my job. In other words, don't tie my name to that mess. That was 2 people fighting. Like, you don't even know who they are. One was your wife, sir. One was your wife. Messy. But like you said, if she don't hear that loud and clear, then she deserves that fool. E, what are your thoughts?
So for me, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Like I told y'all with Melody and Martell in Huntsville, if you're not going to leave these husbands, let them cheat in peace. And stop nagging everybody about your love life. Either you leave him or you lock him up in the basement so no other woman can see him, talk to him, or touch him. Someone said that, this woman was so educated and career-oriented. I beg to differ. Diddy hires drug addicts and prostitutes all the time. And I don't know about LeBron, but all I do know is ghetto is as ghetto does. This white woman works for these black men and carries on like she's on 55th Street. And what we need to know is, if that's truly the caliber of women that Diddy and LeBron are hiring, then they might as well hire black women to come in and fill the role because we keep the company in order. Someone said, and I think it was Sebastian. Sebastian's like my baby brother, y'all, so this is all in love. Sebastian said, well, the wife, it would be different if the girl came to her house and, she saw her out in public. No, that woman has been to that woman's house. Because if that woman is sleeping with her husband, that means not only is that woman in your house, she's in your washing machine because her body and her fluids are all over your man's clothes. She's on your toothbrush. She's in his mouth, so she's in your mouth. Everything about that woman is on your husband, and because your husband is in you, she is in you too. So I don't. If we're going to swap bacteria, we're gonna call a thing a thing. Y'all like Miss Wanda told me, y'all might as well just be sister wives. I don't understand all this drama. I commend the friend for sticking up and having her back because I have no problem about acting up in the street. That's my nana
Wait,
told me.
you're getting muffled a little bit, and you're speaking some stuff.
Is this better? Let me put the phone down because I have
Okay.
move my hand. Can you hear me better now?
It's a little bit better.
Oh, okay. So what I will say is if I try to turn this down, see if that gives you a little bit more clarity.
No, you gotta fix your sound because we really want to hear you. And I got a good story next too. But yeah, fix the sound. Because I hear you, but it's very kind of muffled and low.
It's very low.
It's very low. E is correct because she's definitely putting her health at risk. That part right there. But she's right. I call that when someone is cheating on you, you just have no clue. It's like an unauthorized threesome. Because although I had to clutch my pearls, everything E is saying is correct.
It's not an unauthorized threesome unless what if she was not giving it to her husband?
Well, we're not going there right
now. Are you kidding?
Go ahead, E. Go ahead, E. Finish, E.
It doesn't. Well, if she's not giving it to him, he needs to leave. You see, it wouldn't be me because let me tell you who one of my idols is. Her name is Lorena Bobbitt. Does everybody on the panel know who Lorena Bobbitt is? Lorena Bobbitt is. I believe in her story to E.
We're not going there, E.
Okay, well, look it up for another time. But the thing about this is,
we're not committed to violence over here. Listen,
we're on the great train. But to close it out, though, I just really feel like if you hold the purse string, okay, you're the breadwinner, but you're letting this man track all of this dirt and embarrassment in and out of your house. If you such a boss, why are you even talking to that woman? How did she get into the same room as you and your celebrity supervisor? How did this happen? This woman with this fake body, she's getting into doors. Like Diva said, this is what the men want. So pay attention. And Kenya Moore, you see what that lady's hips look like? Diva, put the picture back on the screen. Because Kenya, you got the body, but you forgot to get the hips. When you get the booty, you got to get the hips to match because that's how you get into the door. And the men will love taking care of you. It's their honor to do so. Come on, hips. There it is. Hips.
Let me see. Where's she? There it is.
The hips got to match.
I cannot.
I cannot either. But you know what though? She's young too. I think she's in her 20s and the husband is 51. You know what? At the end of the day, that man spoke volumes when he said this ain't got nothing to do with him.
I told you he with the other chick. He with the other chick. You think about that?
He said that it was two ladies fighting. So don't come to me for no comment. This ain't none of my business. Honey, I would be done with that man. She gotta let it go. Now we're gonna move on to our next story. Robin, are you there now? All right, I don't know what happened to Robin. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next story. Okay, we'll move on to our next story. And our next story is this one is pretty sad. And it's a lot of moving parts in it. It's a young lady who met a married man. He invited her to his house. I guess she didn't know that he was married. And the wife comes home and she unalives this young lady. Let's get into this story here. It's pretty sad. And there's a lot of moving parts, like I said. And we're going to, let me see which one I want to play. We're going to get more into this. But first, I'm going to let you, this is her mom. I'm going to let you hear the mom's words. So let's play this.
Charlotte mother says her cell phone captured her daughter's final moments. 25-year-old Tyra Crosby was killed early Tuesday morning at a home in Northwest Charlotte. CMPD charged Stephanie Alexander with voluntary manslaughter in this case. She bonded out of jail just hours later. WCCB Charlotte's Trish Williford is live in Uptown. And Trish, the victim's family wants the suspect to be charged with murder, right?
Yeah, Morgan, they also want her back behind bars tonight. The victim's mother walks us through what she believes led to her daughter's death.
I am missing her. She was my sunshine.
Tanya Hoskins reflects on the last day she saw her daughter alive.
We ate and laughed. Who would have knew that would have been my last time ever seeing my daughter?
That was Monday night as the family celebrated Hoskins' birthday. At the end of the night, she kissed her beloved Tyra goodbye. Hours later, Hoskins says she learned from CMPD detectives that her daughter had been killed. And she says the details of this case are so bizarre, she couldn't believe it happened. Around 5:20 Tuesday morning, detectives rushed to this home on Porter Street after police say this woman, 51-year-old Stephanie Alexander, called 911 to report that she had just arrived home and shot a woman inside her house. Police say that woman, 25-year-old Tyra Crosby, was dead, and Alexander was still on the scene. Police arrested her for voluntary manslaughter. She bonded out just over 6 hours later.
She murdered my daughter at 5, and she was out at 8.
Hoskins says she's still piecing together from detectives why her daughter was at the home. She believes she was visiting a man.
She was invited to that home. I know my daughter wouldn't have went there knowing that it was a married couple or that it was a wife's home. So she was lured there by the man that was old enough to be her father.
Hoskins believes her daughter met the man at a club.
Maybe perhaps at the club or perhaps at the sweepstakes place. As the investigators stated to me, that's where they found out that they came across paths.
Hoskins says Tyra called her as she was being attacked at the home. She says a voicemail message captured her daughter's final moments.
It's about an 8-minute long message of her being beat, tortured. You can also hear them telling her that they're going to kill her.
Hoskins would not allow us to hear that recording, but says she sent it to investigators. Alexander was given a $250,000 bond. Daniel Redford with Charmec FOP believes that's too low.
This is an open door policy that we have in Mecklenburg County. So it sends the message to criminals that, hey, I can go out here and I can do something and I'm going to go to jail and, maybe be able to take a shower and get a sandwich. I'm going to be right back out on the street again because, nothing's going to happen to me.
Tyra's family believes the suspect should be charged with murder.
I want to see a tougher law on it. It means that human life has no value anymore.
Alexander will be back in court next month. The family plans to be there. A candlelight vigil for Crosby will be held Sunday at 7:30 at Camp Green Park. Morgan?
Trish, what an awful story. Trish.
Awful story. So family states new details that the woman is shot, killed in NW Charlotte home. Okay. So Charlotte, a woman was found shot to death at a home early Tuesday morning in Northwest Charlotte. Okay. Stephanie Alexander, she stayed. She called 911 to report she had just arrived home and shot a woman who was inside her house. Police say that woman, 25-year-old Tyra Crosby, was pronounced dead inside the home. Alexander was still on the scene when the police arrived. They arrested her for voluntary manslaughter. Alexander posted a $250,000 bond 6 hours later. Tanya Hawkins says her daughter was lured to the home where she was killed. She was invited to that home. I know my daughter. When I went there without there knowing it was a married couple or that it was a wife's home. She was lured there by the man that was old enough to be her father. That's what the girl's mother said. Her mother believes the daughter met the man at a club. Says that Tyra called her as she was being attacked at the home. She says a voicemail message captured her daughter's final moments. It's about an 8-minute long message of her being beat, tortured. You can also hear them telling her that they were going to kill her, says Hawkins. Hawkins would not allow us to hear the recording, but says she sent it to investigators. Hawkins wants Alexander to be charged with murder. Okay, so family and friends gathered Sunday for a candlelight vigil to honor Crosby. A celebration of life will be held Monday, the 24th. Okay, so that happened Monday. She already was laid to rest. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. There's so many things that's kind of intertwined in this particular story. It's very sad. It's a lot. It's this young.
It's convoluted, is what it is. It's convoluted.
Okay, thank you, Leo. Thank you for helping me out because I didn't know what words to say. You are correct. It's convoluted. Hold on, one guys. I'm gonna start. Yes, it is. I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up to the top because I don't know. I'm feeling something about this husband.
My name's right there.
Like this is something that they do.
No.
Everybody, please mute until I come to you, please. I think this is prognosis. I've never seen you before. In order for me to let you up, you got to show me your face and then you could go back on your avatar and then I'll let you in, but I can't let you in until then. Okay. So I'm going to start with E. This is very sad. What are your thoughts?
It is very sad. Do I still sound like I'm in the Holland Tunnel?
No, you do not. You sound much better.
Okay, perfecto. So this is my thing. No, listen, it's so sad for any mother to bury any parent to bury their child. Let me say that first and foremost. My heart goes out to that mom, but she's hiding something also. There's something on that recording within those 8 minutes that I'm willing to be wrong, but I don't think I am. Something within those 8 minutes doesn't make that daughter look good. It's more to this story. And when people say, well, I think that was the chief of police or whoever that was saying, well, we need tougher laws and, it sends the wrong message that you can do this and then bond out. No, people are supposed to bond out because when you come home and there's an intruder from your perspective inside your home, we have every right to stand our ground and defend ourselves. Now, where things also get tricky, even if she knew that person was sleeping with that husband, well, she's going to do time, but she's not going to do as much because it's a crime of passion. And the law makes room for people who are not in their right mind because they have walked into a situation that will cause them to act irrational other than they would normally. The mother saying that
let me add this to the scenario though. I feel like the wife claimed that she walked in, saw a stranger, and then took her out, where the message is showing different because they tortured and beat this girl.
Who you said the husband participated or just the woman?
I don't know, but I believe the mother said on the thing saying that she heard somebody say, "We're going to beat you."
I don't know. That's interesting. I would love to hear that because when that recording was going on, I didn't hear them mention the husband in the background at all. All I kept hearing was them talking about that wife. But even if the wife did know that this woman was sleeping with her husband, I still think it can be considered a crime of passion, unless, like what you said, it was premeditated and they lured that girl there. But if they lured that girl there, what was the reason? What was the motive? I'm still missing that key component to really understanding this entire story. Because when the mother talks about charges, I get that you want to get this woman, but forget that woman. When the mother says my daughter was lured there, you go after the person who put your daughter in that situation. It's that man's fault. If he brought her there, he should have she entrusted her safety with this man. And this is what I tell y'all before. And people always advocating, well, young girls should be with older men. No, what for? Stop being with these older men and stop going to these houses. You don't know who lives there. Stop going to these houses. And I cannot believe that this man was married and a woman lived there full time, and you didn't see any inkling that a female lived there. You didn't see any clothes, no second toothbrush, no blow dryer, no bobby pin, no shoes. there was some inkling that let you know that a female lived there. So I need more information.
I'm feeling you. Something like, yeah, it's convoluted. Something is missing. There's some missing pieces. And yeah, increased matters. Why did the guy not stop the wife? Prognosis, this is your first time being up here. Welcome. And what are your thoughts? You're on mute. Okay, good.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, okay. Thank you for telling me the rules. I just find it very sad. As someone I collect guns. I'm very like into that kind of thing. I'm from the South, we hunt and all that other stuff. I just find it very okay. So I'm 35, and I just feel like the older I get, the more conscientious I am about decisions that I make.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as elders, that's a recipe that we're losing. That we are expecting young people to do things that we didn't do. And we are not giving them the grace that they need, because we are the ones, in my opinion, that are losing recipes, because a lot of my friends had children in high school, so they have 18, 19-year-olds. Again, I'm 35. They're 36, 37, but they have adult children. And I understand that's hard, but I think that we are the ones that needs to be held accountable for the fact that we are not reaching out. I don't have any children. I have stepchildren, but we're not the ones that are truly reaching out. And this is why I don't have children, because I understand how hard it is. I have nieces and nephews. So the fact that an adult woman, to me, okay, I don't care, and I am married, and I am in a committed relationship and all that other stuff. You hear him cackling as he's cooking in the background, unfortunately. But it's us. And we have to be like, well, why would you even resort? Especially if someone that understands firearms, why are you taking it that far? I think that's the real conversation that needs to be had, is that like we as elders are not in control of our emotions. We lack self-control. And so how do we expect these young kids to do that? Like, where are they supposed to learn that at if we can't even control ourselves? And that's really what it's about, because the teenage pregnancy, the crack epidemic, is my people. Okay? 80s, 90s babies. So it's us. It's the millennials, okay? A lot of kids, autism, all of that, different spectrums. We have a hard time accepting it, owning it, being a village. And yeah, we might not have those parents and those grandparents that are keeping our kids and doing what the older generations had, but they are a product of what we are doing. And I'm not only going to say women, of course, but Black men as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't expect these children to have self-control and to understand what's going on when the adults around them do not do that. And I know it's like, do as I say, not as I do. But as we're aging, we should be able to understand that that's not how life, the universe, God, whatever works. You have to give them the room and the space to be who they are and nurture who they are. And when they don't, we have to step in and say, hey, I played a part in that. I could have stepped in and said this. There are many steps that she could have taken. That's how I look at things. Therapy helps. What could I have done differently? How could I have changed the situation? What could I have done? And most of the time, it's lack of self-control. It's lack of self-accountability. But we don't want to own it. And if we can't own it, we can't expect the young people to own it. And that's all I'm saying. Like,
whoa. Let me jump in here. Whoa. So you said a lot, right? And let me just jump in with some things and say this. At what age are we going to say that a person has to, regardless of their upbringing, what they did not know or did not learn from their family, at what age are we going to say, okay, now you're responsible for Googling, YouTubing, finding out for yourself. And you can't use the excuse of mama or daddy didn't teach me, or I never had a mommy or daddy, or I had no family. What age are we going to call this thing a cutoff at? Because this young lady, I want to say, what, 25? We got Carly Russell, what, 25? At some point, regardless of your upbringing, no matter how harsh you want to tell me it was, father was an alcoholic, mother was a crackhead, everybody in your house was smoking around you, all kind of stuff. At what age are we going to say you got to grow up and figure this thing out? Now, I understand what you're saying. I'm going to let you jump back in. I understand what you're saying that, taught. So I can tell some things for her mother, and I'm not judging. And this mother is going through a difficult time right now, right? But I could tell some things about her mother. And I say that because this young lady did not know this man. She just met him. Okay? And so even me, as a single mother, and I got 2 sisters, a brother, I'm fortunate my mom and dad are still alive. My sister, when I do happen to maybe run the streets and go out, the first thing she said, give me numbers, give me a driver's license, let me know what this person look like, all this, text me when you get there, text me when you're on your way back home, text me when you get in your house. So I'm saying that this young lady did not know this man. So at some point, right, and everybody's saying 25 is still young, but see, the thing is, if you're going to run the street and do grown things, then you got to put yourself and fast forward and learn the grown-up stuff.
Hello. I agree with that. As someone that was running the streets, right, whose parents had no idea, that's my stopping point. I agree with you. And I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that specific answer is. My only answer is to attempt to give them the grace that I was given from my parents that did have my back through when I was doing,
we got grace, prognosis. I do got to move on to some others, and I'll let you jump back in later. We do have grace, but I think the other piece that everybody got to understand, your family can have grace, but if you out in the big world doing big things, you're going to have to pay for whatever you do. There's consequences to whatever you do, and you do not get to select your punishment. You don't.
I agree.
Yeah. LaDon Sweet Tea, thank you for the super chat. I hope money wasn't the law used to get her there. Leo said it. I couldn't get my words together. Something ain't right. There's more to this story. And I guess eventually we will know. But it's interesting. Although the girl life was lost, in some sense, it wasn't lost in vain. Because like I said, this wife claims she came in, just saw some chick and in her house, trying to act like as if this girl was an intruder. But somehow, some way, that girl got to call her mother. Unfortunately, her mother wasn't there, went to voicemail, but we got 8 minutes of footage. So we're going to have to stay close to this story. We're going to have to stay close. Who did I not get to? Because
me, I was next, but everything shifted.
Okay. Everything shifted because she dropped. But I went to E, right?
You didn't get to me.
Okay, but I went to E already.
Yes, you started with me. Sorry, Diva.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, Sheila, go ahead. And LaDon, thank you for the super chat. Sheila, go ahead.
Okay, it does sound fishy, but the last caller, the last person who spoke, you cannot place accountability on another person. Obviously, she did not know this person, and you just don't go into a stranger's home. 5-something in the morning, you're not visiting. You spent the night. Just tell the truth.
Oh.
And the fact that the wife come on, I'm not forgiving her for doing whatever she did. But it seems to be more to the story. And the mother did say they. She didn't say she heard her. She said they. And when she said they, that means there was two people attacking her daughter. So that's what I got from it. And the thing of it is this. We have to teach even our sons, in my case, grandsons, and our daughters, that you don't go home with a stranger.
Come on now.
You get to know who that person is before you go in their environment. I'll never forget. Many, many, many years ago, we thought someone was breaking into our house. We jump up. I turn on the bedroom light. My husband looks at me. He goes, "Turn that light off." And later he explained to me what I did was, if someone was in the house, I showed them where we were by turning on the light.
Right.
But my point of saying that, whoever that person was, the man, he knew his surroundings. Here was a stranger in the house. That girl didn't know her surroundings. This woman came in. If she came in, was already there, set up or whatever. She didn't have anywhere to run. She didn't know where to run. And again, she put herself in harm's way. And either the mother is going to release that tape, or there's something in there that makes her daughter looks bad.
The investigators already have it.
Okay. So there's something in there. And I'm not saying she was right to she should have lost her life, but the point of it is the young lady shouldn't have went home with the stranger. You have to always think about your safety. Your safety is first than anything else. You don't trust somebody you do not know. She don't know if that guy could have been putting her in a ring of women where they do whatever to them. You trusted this person to go home with them, and unfortunately she lost her life. And hopefully the wife get more than just involuntary manslaughter, because that's like, is that like 4 years?
They said voluntary.
Okay.
I didn't look it up though, but there's more to this story. And the husband,
it doesn't sound right.
Yeah, the husband should be going down too, from what it sounds like. Priscilla, you said these ladies are young at 25, but everybody was ready to throw. Come on, Priscilla, you better talk. But we don't want to take the train off. We don't want to take the train off the track right now. But everybody was ready to throw little Kevin, Wendy's son, onto the streets at 21 because he's grown. You better talk. You better talk, Priscilla. Felicia, you're up.
Okay, so folks, I'm really the boring one here. I was 25 once, and yes, I hung out in all the clubs. Club was happening, I was there. But I always traveled with friends, and we had a pact. You don't leave here with nobody. We came in here together. We going home together. Now we may have went to somebody else's house. We might have decided, we're gonna go check out another party. But we went together. And that was so we could protect one another. A question comes up. This guy says he want me to go over to his place. He's single, whatever. Don't know about that. We're going to go home, see if you can meet up with them tomorrow. My heart is breaking for this family. This loss, another life gone. This young woman, she made a decision that a 25-year-old makes today, perhaps, that isn't wise, that isn't very smart. And I agree with most of the panel in the chat that there's more here. But the facts are she's gone, and this family is grieving.
Facts. And I don't want to mispronounce your name. She didn't deserve to die. That's a fact too. And we're definitely not saying that. She definitely didn't deserve to die. But the thing is, you can't enter the lion's den because you're going there unprotected. Unprotected. And like I said, another key fact in this thing, I could tell by the way the mother was talking, she literally just met this man because the mother wasn't even exactly clear where she met him at.
That part.
So it's a lot going on here. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to clear the air
really at 25, I had met a lot of dudes that my parents didn't know anything about. But I digress. So her mama not knowing is not like a real big deal. But as far as in this particular situation, I roll with, just like Felicia said, we used to roll in a pack. And we used to always make sure we roll together, we leave out together. If we go to somebody else's crib, we're going to be together. That's all well and good. But it's a lot of things that these younger generation, that information, they just don't have. Mm-hmm. They just don't have. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the proliferation, and this is a whole nother conversation, but the fact that this woman had easy access to a weapon, a firearm, and before she could rationally think, she already had a firearm in her hand ready to do a pow pow. I think that's unreasonable too. I think that's another train of thought. Because was this woman in her bedroom? Was she, walking down the hall and she did a pow pow? Was she trying to sneak out and she shot her in the back? I mean, I need to know some more information about how this whole thing was set up. That this wife, this mother, 50 years old, instantly had a pow pow in her hand and was ready to do somebody just in her house. A woman at that.
The video, so, you know what though, Leo? The video was saying they tortured her. They was beating her up. Like, increased matters. You know what? You're making a good point here, because she called the mom, and it was all captured on the voicemail, right? 8 minutes of it. That was just what was captured on the voicemail. See,
but we haven't heard that or seen that though yet.
I'm not disagreeing with you, right? But I'm just saying that the mother did turn it over to them, and there's some stuff on this voicemail. But I'm rolling with increased matters for a minute here to say she dialed her mother. If she had enough time during whatever was going on to dial the mother, why not dial 911? Because at the point she dialed the mother, it captured all of this beatdown and all that. Why not 911? This is convoluted.
Interesting question.
This is convoluted.
Very interesting. It's not enough information out there for me to even make a diagnosis of who doing what. She was definitely in a place that she had no business being in. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, she lost her life.
Yeah.
And the young people really need to think about these things, because even though you may not have discernment, but you need to think about your own safety. Think about who is there protecting you. Who is there that's got your back when you roll into somebody's residence that you really don't know? She probably wasn't even paying attention, y'all, that this is a whole married man house. She probably did know he was a whole married man, but he probably said some old BS to her that made her feel like, okay, this is cool.
Yes, something is not right. But again, our condolences to the family, and may she rest in peace. But there's a lot of moving parts here. Sebastian, your thoughts?
Okay. First, I'd like to say this. I do have compassion. So please, people in the chat, don't.
Sebastian, I'm going to let you go. But take this seriously, because a young lady life is missing. But I'm going to let you go. But hold on a second. I hope I pronounced your name right. Is it Yoli? She's like, I can't believe some of the people acting like they haven't done stupid things in relationship, especially young. I mean, here's the thing. I'm far removed from my 25 and 20s, right? I'm 53. And I'm not saying I haven't done crazy things in my life, even when I was not young. And sometimes like, oh, why'd I do that? But I'm just saying that every single thing we do, we can't chalk it up because the person was young. You got to have some sort of common sense, right? And in the case a young person is watching now, let an OG give you a tip. Don't go to nobody's house. I don't care if he is the football player. I don't care if he's an NFL player. I don't care if he's well known by the neighborhood. Until you get to know him, you don't go to their house. We can meet at Starbucks, the movie theater, in the park. I don't know. But you don't go to their house. And if you are going to their house, what you have to do is somebody got to know. and they got to know the exact address that you're going to, and you got to do a check-in. You got to do a check-in. What happens is you go out on a date. Somebody needs to know this man's car, his whole government name, his license plate. And I'm being dead serious. I'm not being extra here, right? And then you got to, even if you're going to the movies and dinner with this person, you got to have that person call you at 8:30. And then you call you and you can slide up, say, I'm good. They just got to know that you good. Y'all better check. I'm telling you, you got to do these things.
Turn your location on your iPhone. Turn your location on your iPhone.
Come on, E. I don't have an iPhone, but you better tell the people.
You need to get one.
This is not a joke. We giving y'all some serious tips. Don't go out on no date with nobody that you just met and nobody knows who you're going with, where you're going, and some address and what this person look like. Now, I'm not good. You know, my little nieces, they can take a picture of you and you don't even know. Now, you got this power in your hand. If you know how to work that phone, snap a picture real quick, send it to your girlfriend. This is
that's it. Your good girlfriend. Just send the information. Just text it. Just go ahead. I mean, me and my girls used to talk all the time when I used to date. So, but I mean, really, y'all so informational. Y'all got so many tools. Young people really just do that. Even if you think it's cool, even if you know you got it, you got it. Text the name. Text where you going to. Text when you say, okay. Look for me. Yeah, I'm going to holler at you at such and such time when this is over. I mean, do some simple things. Y'all have the tools.
You have the tools. You have to do it.
And Sebastian, they do everything else.
Yeah, with that part. Sebastian, go ahead.
First, I'd like to say this. I feel so bad for this mother. Because I don't think no mother should have to bury their child. It should always be the other way around. Sad to say it, but it's the truth. It should always be the other way around. But you cannot be going to strangers' house. We not learned from the Jeffrey Dahmer series. We cannot just be going to people that we don't know's homes like this. We don't know what they have in their house, what they're doing in their house, or what crimes they have committed, and you never know. What if you got swatted there? Mm-hmm. We don't know that. Like you can't be doing this. I'm not justifying her being unalived by the woman, but it's just sad how that was the first thought of the woman, was to automatically do the pow pow. Not who are you? Why are you in my house? But no, the first thought was to take the pow pow. And I this girl clearly made a mistake, but the thing is, I know people always want to say young people make mistakes. That's the point of being young. But mistakes are costly, and there'll always be a cost to your mistakes that you make in life. No matter what age, even in your childhood, the mistakes that you could make in your childhood could cause you to have a whole bunch of failures in your life in the future. And now this girl's mistake has costed her life and has costed her mother to have that agony in her heart till death. She is going to feel that pain. We cannot, people need to stop just meeting up with people and going into their homes that they just met. No, you can't be doing this. This is how SKers do what they do. This is how human tiers, human traffickers do what they do. They just lure you and say these things. What if this woman goes free and says that she felt her house was being trespassed? What if she says she doesn't know this woman? We don't know what's going to happen. And I feel as if the mother's little voice recording that she said, it's a little sketchy to me. I feel like there's something more to that we're not hearing. I feel like there's something more to that. But yes, mistakes are costly. No matter what age you make them, they're costly. Sometimes they'll lead to your life they'll lead to your life, loss of a career. Like today, it should have never been women's, the man's, whatever. It should have been the mistakes that life has made you made. The mistakes that you chose in life.
Well, I gotta call you next time, Sebastian. But
because
tell more.
That is exactly what I see. on each of these topics at this on the right top left corner on the top left corner that all these are all mistakes that people have made and that they will always suffer with. You cannot go to strangers' house. Like even new friends that I've made, it took me a while before I ever go to their house. And if
Yeah.
I do, it even takes me a while to eat at their house. Like
Yeah.
I've had a friend gotten so mad about me with this. We were friends for over a year, and I went to his house, and he asked me, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, "No." And he saw me throughout the day, and he knew I didn't eat. He's like, "No, you are hungry. Just tell me that you're hungry." I'm like, "No, I do not want to eat." And then he got very mad at me about it, of me not wanting to eat. But the thing is, I did not feel I was in a safe environment to take anything that he gave me. Come to find out, he's behind bars for intoxicating people.
So hold on 1 second. Michelle Moore, I believe the mom heard what she wanted on the tape. It's a possibility because you're making a good point. If that's the cause, don't you believe the cops could have rearrested her for the N-word?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know the difference between voluntary manslaughter and I guess what, murder charges. I don't know.
It's a lesser degree, but if what was on that tape is what the mom described, wouldn't the man be arrested too?
Exactly.
If they were torturing her together?
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what? There's some pieces missing. There's something going on. So many people do this. Many people go home with strangers, especially people who club.
That's a problem.
She's correct. You are correct. You are correct. And you know what? I hope that today we're educating the people that they need to stop. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And another thing is the whole drink. This is another thing. Y'all need to stop when you with a stranger. Y'all need to stop consuming alcohol. This is a problem. You do not consume alcohol with people that you don't know. You don't do that. That's how crazy situations happens. These are how college students, their nudes get exposed to the world. You don't drink alcohol around people that you don't know.
And don't smoke around them either. Tell them, Sebastian.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you're telling the truth. In my opinion, your thought.
Diva.
Yes.
Diva, can I tell you what voluntary manslaughter is in North Carolina?
Of course.
Okay, so voluntary manslaughter refers to an intentional killing resulting from some sort of provocation, often called a heat of passion crime.
Oh,
like I said earlier.
I'm sorry.
You did. No, you're fine. You're fine. You did say that, E. Whew. You know the problem I'm having is that darn husband was there. You don't try to stop your wife.
He has some responsibility. You don't bring
Diva, let me tell you, and this is my thoughts, okay? I'm hearing the story and I'm trying to piece it together. How is this happening? And what if this was the case of somebody flexing saying, "Hey, I stay here," and they don't?
Wait, run that
And okay, you know how these bum ass men claim that they live, in a certain area. Oh, this is my house, and they take you in and wine and dine you because they got the keys to their brother, friend, cousin, whoever house it is. They tell you, "Oh yeah, this is my house," but it ain't theirs. Like cause I feel like if they both was involved and mama got this on tape and this was happening, okay, and you say you got both of them on there saying we're gonna kill you, then quite naturally both of them would be on charges. It wouldn't just be one. It wouldn't just be the wife.
Well, the wife did the final act. She pulled
the wife may have did the final act, but she said on the tape they said we gonna kill you. So essentially, if you say we, okay, you're an accomplice to the act. So if I'm with you, Diva, and you commit a crime, I'm just as guilty as you because I'm with you.
Right.
That's just like if you go rob the store and I'm with you and I stay with you, well, the cops is not just going to arrest Diva, they're going to arrest me too.
Yeah. This is messy. This is messy. This is messy.
Dr. Love.
Wait, are you saying the wife don't need no years? The wife needs to go down, in my opinion.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, first of all, we all trying to get a story that's we getting half pieces. We getting the mother side of the story. We don't have no other side. Okay, the wife hasn't spoken out, right, Diva?
She hasn't, but she pulled the trigger.
Okay, so yeah, I need to hear the police. I need to hear I need to hear everything. Like, I can't just go on one side.
That's fine. So I understand what you're saying, but I'm doing our commentary on what we know so far. We never gonna know every single detail, but from what I know so far, the wife does need to go down for something. And so callers keep saying stranger danger. It never said that they don't know her. It is an assumption that the wife didn't know her. She said, I walked in my house and a stranger was there. So the husband, I mean, I'm taking it as the girl really didn't know the husband, because of the simple fact the mother said, I don't know if she met him here, but then the cop said she possibly met him there. And I don't think that the mother said they were close. So all of that is leading me to the conclusion that she literally just met this man. So that's where I'm throwing that out into the story. But go ahead, in my opinion, finish your thought.
I just don't think here's the thing. Okay, and I think of stuff from the criminal system, because I know involuntary manslaughter carries a sentence of, it's a federal charge, and it carries a sentence of 1 to 6 years. I just don't think they would have gave her this less of a charge if the husband and wife both committed this crime, and the husband knew her, because then this wouldn't fall under that category, involuntary manslaughter. It wouldn't fall in that category.
Right, it's provocation. Right.
See, in order for the act to happen and you get involuntary manslaughter, you have to not consciously, you didn't know the person.
They said voluntary manslaughter.
No, even if it's voluntary, it still comes with provocation, meaning it was agitated. Even if it's voluntary, that still minimizes, and that's why it's not the.
Well, that's why the mother wants the charges upgraded, and she's claiming that they should be upgraded based upon the voice message. We have to see more has to be added to this, right? Espar said, I think everybody's kind of getting stuck on the fact that we're having our conversation and we're saying what people should not do. And they're connecting it to, well, didn't we all make dumb mistakes when we was young? So let me read her comment, and then I'm going to say what I have to say about this. It's incredible how many women are on the panel and forgot what it's like to be young and think you're invincible. I don't think any of us ever thought that, right?
Well, let me tell you something.
Hold on, in my opinion, please. I'm going to come back to you. We all make dumb mistakes when we were that age. People still make dumb mistakes when they're older. But see, the thing is, I think a lot of people, they shy away from saying, let me help you not bump your head going down a certain road just because I made that same mistake. There's a lot of people that go around talk to young people about the danger of drinking, smoking, this, that, and the other, because they made that mistake and they don't want to see these young people go down that same wicked path. So what we're saying is a mixture of a lot of things. I'm saying that y'all got to call some age. I don't know what number y'all want to call, but at some age, we got to stop chalking it up to the person was just young and that's why they made those particular decisions, right? We got to call an age. I don't know what age you want to call, 30 and above. I don't know, 25 and above, but you got to call at some age, right? And then here's the thing. The more you know, the further you will go, right? And so that's why I'm hoping that if anything, we will touch maybe a mother in the chat, maybe a young person to say, well, here's some education for y'all. And this to me is no joke. And I tell you, at my old age, I still don't play around. The streets is dangerous. And I'm not saying you need to walk around and just be scared of your own shadow, but you got to have some type of awareness. Okay? The streets are dangerous. And from birth to the day you leave this earth, there's stranger danger. The nicest people, if you ever watch a documentary on, what do you call those darn people? Like serial Kers, serial Rers, and you talk to the people in their neighborhood, you know what they all gonna say, how nice that person was. All of them. You always get like, oh my God, they were so nice. I'm shocked that they did that. Even this guy that I think is in Long Island, New York, that just got arrested for all of these, unaliving people. A lot of people said he was just such a nice guy, minded his business, did this, did that.
Diva, he was such a nice guy, Diva. I know someone who's met that guy before, and they were so in shock when they found out that he was involved in the SKing. That guy was such a nice guy to people.
Yeah, but if you look at the documentary, Sebastian, most of them are, because they have multiple personalities, and they know how to live in the neighborhood and be a good neighbor, and then go out in the streets and do what they want to do. Jeffrey Dahmer. So what we're saying here is, I get it. She's a young girl. But I'm saying that also, I don't think every young person is just out there going to a stranger's house. Boppa, 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 boo. In my opinion, finish your thought, then I'm going to move to Royer.
Okay, I was just going to say, young and dumb is not an excuse, okay? Yes, we were young. Yes, we did some stupid stuff. But let me tell you something. I'm never going to put myself in danger, okay, for nobody, okay? And I would hope that your parents have taught you well enough to know not to take a drink from a stranger, not to go home with a stranger. All these things were things your parents were supposed to teach you. And if they didn't teach you those things, I'm sorry. Then life needs to teach you a lesson. But here's the thing. I'm not blaming this young lady. I'm not putting it on her that this was her fault in any sense of the words. All I'm saying is that we're not going to sit here and say it's disgusting that it's a whole bunch of women up here on the panel that have never done nothing dumb. Because yes, we've all done things before, but we've never done anything to put ourselves in danger. And I will pray that you are not out there putting yourself in danger. And if you are, then take this as a lesson that there is somebody out there on every street, in every bar, that means you no good. So you need to watch your back for yourself.
Thank you, in my opinion. Sandy 2 cents says, based on the info we have now, I go light on the wife if I were a juror. I come home, there's a strange woman in my house, I react. It's going to be easy. It's going to be easy to get this woman off.
Come on, Sandy.
I don't know about that, but
that's true, Sandy. That's very true.
I don't know about that, because there's more details that come out. I have a feeling that this voice message is going to change the game. I do.
We don't know if there's an actual voice message, or what if the voice message is just the gun, the pow pow shots, and the girl screaming.
But Sebastian, I can't see this mother saying she heard all of this stuff and she's making it up. I don't see that. But Roy, your thoughts?
I really I don't know. I'm gonna say this. We as young people have to stop thinking we're so invincible and we can do anything and do everything and everything is gonna come out just fine. That is not the world we live in. We have to be cautious. We have to be careful. A lot of my generation find it okay, to be messing around with married men, and they know it, they don't have a problem with it. And I'm not saying that this was her case, but, we just have to be mindful that we are not invincible. We're not faultless, and when we put ourselves in situations that can cause negative outcomes, unfortunately, we and our loved ones have to walk through that. They have to walk through that. And so to me, it's just a precautionary to, just think about what you're doing before you're doing it. Make sure you're having conversations with your kids, with your nieces, with your nephews, with grown folks. Just make sure you're having those conversations. That's about all I can really say.
I appreciate that, Roy. Good thought process. So Sasuke, I feel like you're connected somehow to this conversation, right? It really struck a chord in you. So why you guys constantly talk about being safe and not knowing people? Because it's important. It really is. When was it said? And a lot of times, so let me back up and tell everybody this. A lot of times I present stories and the conversation ends up going beyond the story and gets a little generic, right? So I want to put that out there to say that this is no judgment towards this young lady who is no longer here. I'm taking this as an educational moment to go beyond the story and say, be safe in the streets. Listen, I tell my son every day he walk out the house, be safe. Make sure your phone is charged up. I actually bought him a battery pack too. Now, do he keep it charged up? So I don't know. He also, I said, make sure you have the thing to charge in your car. These are just things I say to keep him safe as a young man out in this world. You don't never want to get caught with your phone not charged. You know, these are just all things I say about safety and about life and about trusting people. You're about to go to college. I said, listen, if you leave a drink somewhere, even in your dorm room, because you're sharing a room with somebody, throw it in the trash. Don't drink it. You know, because he in the house, I'm like, dude, you finish that bottle of water. But now I'm saying, dude, in college, if you leave something somewhere, throw it out. Don't drink it. So it's just generic safety rules to help the world and everybody out there live a better and a safe life. That's it, and that's all. Listen, I have a bad habit when I carry a purse. That's why now I try to get a lot that has zippers. You know, I just be leaving my bag open, unzipped. And, you know, and my girlfriend's like, girl, somebody could just dig their hand in your bag and pick out your wallet, zip your bag. This is me, a grown woman, 53, okay? I had somebody told me, my girlfriend is NYPD. She told me don't ever go to an outside ATM late at night. This is her just giving me general tips. Not saying because Dee was stupid or whatever. She gave me general safety tips about everything that she thinks I need to know, because she knows sometimes I could be a little ditzy. I don't take no offense. You got a tip for me? Give it to me. Like if you're going over here, just be mindful of XYZ. If you're taking the subway, who, okay? I was also told growing up, because I grew up in the city, okay? And you know, I took a lot of public transportation. And when you're told when you go down in the subway, stand on the staircase if you by yourself. Because a lot of people, the crazy people, they just come and they'll push people on the tracks when the train is coming. So this is not about judgment. This is about everybody being safe and using this particular story as a lesson to say, be safe out there. Now, when was it said the 25-year-old didn't know the wife or the husband? In the story, the wife came in the house saying she saw a stranger in her home. So if the wife is saying she's a stranger, you understand? And if the wife did know her, I want to believe that the charges would have been higher from the first case, because you walked in the house, you shot a person you knew, not a stranger. So that's it. What if you have so-called friends like, well, you know what? Shanquilla Robinson. And you know what? Sometimes that happens, right? I'm not saying that our tips are going to be the end all be all perfect, but I'm saying there's some tips that can help some mechanism or whatever the case may be. Another thing where my girlfriend said, my NYPD now, she said another good reason why you're going to text a picture if nobody knows this person but you, your phone, even if they delete your messages, okay, the cloud, you cannot delete. You can't delete it. And I'm telling you tips that come from an expert about having safety. She said, get their license plate number and give it to somebody. A lot of times when stuff happen to females and it's reported to the cops, their friends be like, I just know she went out with somebody. I'm not sure. I think she met him over here. I think she met him over there. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, Raya. You wanted to say something? Oh, because this is very, go ahead.
Yes, I'm emotional. We just got breaking news.
What?
Tina Lawson is divorcing her husband. I am going into mourning right now, so I will see you guys a little later.
See you later. And we already knew about that. Goodbye.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We already knew about that, but goodbye. Goodbye. See you
Bye,
later.
Roya.
Dustin, your thoughts on this situation?
My thoughts on this situation, it is very emotional to me, and it's very sad. The girl was only 25, I do believe. She had her whole life to live. And I believe in law and order. and this investigation is really going to show what they're going to do. And I believe that she should have been charged. They should have been, whoever done it should have been charged with her murder. And I hope that when it gets done, I hope she gets good justice, David, because this is a very, very sad situation and a very emotional situation for me.
I appreciate your thoughts. Regina, you're in the building. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let you speak. Fifi said, I think what the mother said and what's on the message are two different things. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. We have to wait and see, right? The husband and wife was beating her up. This is suspicious. That's what the mother claims. This is suspicious. Something in the water ain't clean. Regina, what are your thoughts?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, Diva. I'm sorry. I was getting a call. I just wanted to make this quick comment. I put it in the comments as well. I'm in Houston, Texas. And some years ago, like years ago, it was a lady named Carla Harris who actually did something kind of similar.
Oh, God, you broke up and you were smoking stuff. Regina, are you there?
Her husband and killed him. She got out in like 2018. But you know, just like I just want to reiterate what everybody else was saying. I'm a millennial. I'm an 80s baby, you know, and I grew up different. You know, I grew up in the streets a little bit, and this kind of stuff was kind of like common sense for me just because of where I grew up. You know what I'm saying? And seeing stuff. But what made it like kind of hard for me to like understand is like, why aren't these mothers or people in these young people's lives like talking to them? Myself right now, I'm a mother, and I'm a mother of boys, so I have these conversations with my sons, not just, you know, for the hell of it, is for their protection and the other people around them as well. You know what I'm saying? So it is very sad that this young lady lost her life, but like the other lady at the top up there, like she was saying, you know, it has to be something in that house that lets you know that you shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? And when people say that young people make mistakes, that is true. If this was a place to tell testimonies, I have a testimony for you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I understand when people are saying you make mistakes, but some of your mistakes can cost you your life or you on the verge of losing your life. And I'm a living testimony of it. You know, Diva, you heard some of my stuff on another channel that I got introduced to you on, but this is real. And it's sad. I do want to hear the rest of what's going on. A lot of stuff don't make sense, but to me, the whole thing starts with that young lady. You know what I'm saying? Even though the husband might have invited her, you have to have common sense. You have to have it. It's no excuse for it, because nowadays, like Sebastian said, their generation, my son's included in that generation, they have this attitude like they can't be touched, like nothing can't happen to them. Like if you born in the 80s, you crazy, you old. If you under the 80s, you even more irrelevant to them. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, I hate for this to be the example, but where is the city girls? Where are the Megs? Where are these chicks that put out this information and these stereotypes of what's cute and what's sexy and what's acceptable? But you're not telling them and getting on your platforms and letting them know, hey, y'all, you know, let's have a real conversation about backdoor action. People coming in when you in the house with somebody, you know, get real conversation. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's all I wanted to say, Diva.
No, I appreciate you coming up to say that.
I appreciate you. Yes, I totally appreciate that.
Yeah. Sasuke, so it seems like you somewhat connecting with me, right? Because you say, yep, I Google every man before I date him. I check everything. Queen of detective here. So
Me
you're
too.
connecting with the thought process that I'm saying. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. I'm older and I remember God kept me. I did some stupid things as a young person, right? And see, that's the thing though, guys. We don't know if we will have that grace or mercy that day or the luck. We don't know. And that's why we're just saying, even if you do all your due diligence, doesn't mean that something can't happen.
Right.
But we're saying at the very least, do your due diligence.
Right.
Have somebody know where you are, who you're going with. I got one girlfriend. All you got to do is give her a name and she'll come up. Oh, they got 3 Instagrams, girl, 2 Facebooks. Just like that. You normally
that's a treasure.
Come on,
that's
right?
A treasure.
Normally you will always have somebody in your group that can do the research for you and get down to the bottom of it.
Yep,
See,
that's
y'all very
me.
fortunate these days because y'all got the internet. When I was in my 20s, there was no internet. You just had to try to figure some things out and take your chances. But these days, y'all don't have to take your chances the same way people had to take their chances back in the day, because you just simply Google people. It's rare. I have a lot of family members that don't do social media. But remember, I'm 53. They're old school. They don't believe in all of this social media stuff, right? But y'all are the social media generation. Y'all can look somebody up in 2.2 seconds. You don't have to be in these streets blind.
You see how I looked up Carly parents and knew everything. Where they went to school and everything.
Right.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Julius.
In this day and age, the technology is out there. We didn't have that. We had a phone booth where you had to put a dime in it to call your parents. So
and look, and when I got the yellow pages, I could do a whole investigation on somebody with the yellow pages, honey. Don't even.
I just wanted
don't
to
even
come
talk
up
about
and
it. I could.
Oh, you better say it.
Hold on one second,
the
Julius.
yellow
I'm gonna let
pages.
you speak. Hold on one second. The Don, thank you for the super chat and thank you for the breaking news. But I did hear, I think it was 2 weeks ago that that there was trouble in paradise and that they were divorcing. But I appreciate the breaking news and the super chat. Thank you so much, Julius. You came up. What did you want to say?
I just have to say, first and foremost, to our sister Leo, like, I feel like you gave a sermon. And the reason why I say that, and I'm going to share a little bit of my story.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 25, I caught myself being friends with this person. I ended up getting caught up. If it wasn't for a certain anniversary, it could have went a whole lot differently. So to this very day, I'm still thankful to just still be here. And I just have to say to anybody listening, there's consequences that follow. Now, I don't know what this young lady had done. I did say in the chat, she may have been the side piece. Honestly, I don't know. That's just me speaking my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I just have to say, there's consequences. Just like with the wife, there's a consequence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if, folks like to weed away from the village mentality, let me deflect that. I'm thankful for the village.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to say, it's okay if someone's giving you that lifeline. If they see you needed in some help because you so distressed, take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ashley, thank you for the super chat. Does anyone think the girl's mother is involved? I can't call this one right now. It's still spinning in my head. It's still spinning in my head, but something is definitely not right. My coworker has a tracker on her mother. Yeah, there's a 360 app that you can have for family, friends, kids, so you always know the location. And I told my son, we will be downloading the app when you go to college. We're going down.
It works.
Come on, Sheila. Come on.
It works. It's our grandson. My grandson is in college in the southern part of the state. He near my hometown. We found out yesterday on his way back home to the northern part of the state, he was doing as high as 100 miles an hour. You can, and
Lord,
I was floored. I tried to call him. He did not answer. When he did get back here, I told him, "Do you not realize that you could hurt someone And most importantly, you can hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you don't ever drive that fast. So yes, that is an excellent app. It tells you where they at, where they going, and how fast. I'm grateful that my sister thought to put it on his phone.
Yeah, you got to. You have to. You
Yeah.
just got to be safe, right?
And then just so people know, I think the older people on the panel, we're not excusing that lady, the wife or whomever she is, for unaliving the young lady. We're just saying, just because you're young, you should never not be aware of your surroundings. Your safety is always first. You don't go somewhere trusting someone you do not know and be in their environment.
That part. You're in their domain.
And we've all made mistakes as young people. I'm not exempt. I'm in my mid-60s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not exempt. So just because you're young don't mean you have to be dumb.
That part, right? And we're giving you jewels. That's all. We're just
That's all. We want to keep you guys here.
Right. Keep that part. I just said there's many videos on this. I won't stop mother murder Charlotte woman pleas for heavier charges against the alleged killer. I'm just going to play this and then we're going to move on to the next story. A different version of the same thing, but let's hear this.
Crosby's mom says she wants you to know what really happened to her daughter. She was killed Tuesday morning on Porter Street in Northwest Charlotte. CMPD says Stephanie Alexander arrived home, found Crosby inside, and then shot her. Alexander is charged with voluntary manslaughter. WBTV's Cam Gaskins is live outside CMPD tonight. So, Cam, what did Crosby's mom tell you?
Yeah, Molly, she wanted us to know that her daughter, Tyra Crosby, was not an intruder in Alexander's home and was actually invited inside by Alexander's husband. And that's why she believes the charges deserve to be upgraded to first-degree murder. And that's why she wanted to make sure her daughter's story was shared tonight. It's all new at 11.
So I'm here, simply here, begging and pleading for justice for my child.
Thursday night, Tanya Hoskins wanted to make sure that her daughter, Tyra Crosby, was not forgotten and that her full story was shared.
She was our angel, our flower, murdered unnecessarily, lured to a home, and brutally beaten and murdered.
According to CMPD, Stephanie Alexander returned home to her house on Porter Street in Northwest Charlotte early Tuesday morning and found Crosby inside before shooting and killing her. Crosby's mother says that Tyra was invited into that home by Alexander's husband and that her daughter did not know he was married or that he and his wife owned that home.
She was invited there. She did not just pop up there. She was not an intruder. She was invited there.
She also says that Crosby called her in her final hour and left a voicemail in which...
Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we
hear
can.
you.
The video.
Yeah, I don't know why it stopped.
But how does the mom know that the daughter was invited there? She didn't even know that the girl knew him.
Yeah, there you go. That part.
Yeah, it's messy, right? I don't know why.
Too many inconsistencies in this story.
I don't know why this one stopped playing. I'm so mad because it was just. Oh wait.
So that means that human life means nothing anymore.
For now, Hoskins says she'll wait for CMPD to investigate, but she won't let anyone forget.
I don't want the investigators to go away. I won't stop until there's another charge and justice for my child.
She covering up something for herself.
Something's not right? It's inconsistent. And she said beat. I just wanted to play that for you again. She said this girl was beat. And not that the woman just came in straight, saw and said, oh my God, I think I got an intruder in my house, pow, pow. She said this girl was beat. Now, I don't know what the autopsy report says. This is why you don't get a camera on, this is why you don't get on camera talking. Yes, it's messy, right? But I just really wanted y'all to hear again is that this girl, they said this girl was beat. Like, and my thing is, if this woman came in the house beating on her, this man needs to go down too Because why didn't you stop your wife from beating on this girl? Something's not right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The story's not adding up.
This whole story not adding up, Diva. Here's the thing, but we've seen this in the Carly Russell case. A mother will protect their kid to the fullest, and not saying that they shouldn't, because as a mom, your kid is your everything. But here's the thing: you're saying she was beat. Okay, they didn't find no assault charges neither, and that's a charge that they could have filed if she was beaten.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
I just feel like there's a lot of this story. It's a lot of holes in here that we're not hearing.
Right.
And I just want to know the truth. Like I'm tired of, and I don't want to make this sound harsh, but I am tired of parents coming out here and their child is the angel and everybody else is the demon.
I
totally agree.
Wait, let me wait. Go ahead, Felicia.
I just like to see, as you listen and we reflect. One of the things I'd like to share with the chat and with the panel, I think another important thing is that you need to know when to leave. Sometimes you're in an environment and something doesn't feel right or something's going on.
Yeah.
Please leave. As I'm listening to everyone, I'm thinking that this man may have fallen asleep somewhere in the house and she was someplace else. And the wife come home, and instead of just saying, oh, let me get on out of here, I was perhaps misled or whatever, she may have engaged in conversation with who and blah, blah, blah. Please know when to leave. I don't really care. Call a car, call an Uber, get in your own car, just leave. Live for another day. This family is grieving right now. It's just so horrible for me.
Right, Teresa, and stop talking to these wives. You don't know them. Even if the man invited you, keep your mouth closed and apologize to that woman and get out. Right, Teresa?
It's not just that. What about the fact that maybe the man left the house? What if he went to work or something?
Oh, he didn't go to no damn work.
And the only reason why I'm saying he didn't, Sebastian, is because the mother, we need to know what's on this voice.
I don't believe this mother. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to believe.
So Tanya said, now this is a good question too. So you're asking why the girl didn't call the police, but the only reason why I'm asking that is because the girl called her mother.
The girl didn't know her location.
Right.
She didn't know the address.
Oh,
the police can pull the address.
Hold on, guys, because we're not going to hear each other, right? So we're just throwing questions out there, and the questions are not judgment. So we was like, okay, she called her mother because she knew she was in danger, but somebody explained, because the first instinct sometimes is, even to this day, I'd be like, Ma, when something goes wrong in my life, right? So I get when someone else said, oh, maybe because like as soon as something goes wrong, you think call mommy, call my mom, right? Because I was thinking if you felt you was in danger, why not call the cops? Because the cops could have got to us sooner. But when you're in immediate, they call it that fight or flight, right? That we learned all back in grade school. So her first instinct probably was to call her mom. And unfortunately, her mom, wasn't available and it went to voicemail. It's just sad. It's a lot of unanswered questions. But you're right. If you thought the wife, if she thought it was an intruder, why not call 911? This is messy. Y'all bringing up a lot of good points. Why did the wife not call 911? It was like you saw
that would have been my first thing.
Yeah, you saw this. This chick
it's
was
like
with her
someone
husband.
walking in my home. That's the whole thing. Even though the prosecution was sloppy with the George Zimmerman case, but they brought up a good point. If you thought this boy was a threat, even though he called them, he was told not to follow. He chose to follow. Same thing with this lady. The races don't matter. She chose to investigate. She chose. And that's why, listen, I've lost folks to gun violence. So I am like the last one to judge somebody when they lose someone by a gun. I just want to put that out there. I mean,
if I walk into my house and somebody's in there, I have every right to defend my home. I don't have to call the police.
Wait a minute, Eve.
You better say that, Eve.
Is she John Wayne? Do she got a hip holster on her? I mean, do she got a gun holster to her hip?
Maybe she
Like,
did.
she can go somewhere and get her
Well,
gun.
let me tell you something.
Hold
Alabama is
on
a
1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. Because I do know now. I don't know that if they know automatic. I guess I don't know how quickly your depending upon what device you're on, will it ping to the police department? Because I will say this: every time you call 911, they do say, "Where are you? What's your address?"
yeah, but if you don't answer, they will ping your phone and find out where you are.
Well, that's if you on a
And
cell
call
phone. Can
you
they
back.
ping your house phone?
Even
They
if
can
you're on
ping
your
any
house phone, yes, they will
Any
get you.
phone.
It's easier with the house phone than it is with the mobile phone, actually, because it's a landline.
The reason why I said that was because I was recalling the Kevin Samuels situation when that woman that was with him did not know the location.
You are come on, talk to us. Yes.
Okay, so that's where that comes from,
Right.
and that wasn't 5 years ago. That was like last year.
You are correct. You are correct.
Okay, the woman was with
Felicia,
him.
remind me, what did they not get to on time because they didn't know the address? Just remind me.
So something happened to him, and she was trying to perform cardiac arrest. And
yes, but she was at a whole.
Hold on. In my opinion, that Felicia finished.
Okay,
Yeah, she's trying to perform.
So
CPR.
right, and she dials 911, and they say, "What's your location?" And she says, "I don't know." And they says, "Well, you got to tell us where you are." She didn't even know the apartment number.
I remember that
she was in. So this is where I'm coming from. I'm not just thinking out of the top of my head. I'm thinking if you went to this person's house, you don't know they're married. This is according to your mother. It's late at night. You may not know your location. I mean, have we all been places and know our location? Not necessarily.
I'm bad with directions.
Yeah,
but you get confronted.
Let her finish. Go ahead.
You get confronted in the house. Okay.
You
exchange words. It's going back and forth. This old lady comes in and tells you, "Blank, what are you doing in my house?"
Right.
Now you're upset. You don't know what to do. Maybe she's coming for you. You got your phone. You call your mother. It's believable to me.
No, you're right. Because you can maybe hit your mother right there, read down. Maybe you just spoke to her versus trying to punch in 911. Maybe you could just.
She didn't know she was gonna die. I mean, young people don't see that. She didn't know she was gonna die.
Right.
She said I'm in trouble. I'm gonna call my mama. She didn't know she was gonna die.
Right.
Don't call your mama. Apologize to this woman's house you're in. That's what you do.
Exactly.
And Leo, this is why I said know when to leave.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna say, shoes, your bag, save yourself. Leave.
You know what though, Felicia? I think at the point, I think we gotta start trusting our instincts. Because the only time she probably would have had an opportunity to leave is when it was just her and the husband there. Once that wife got there,
it was a wrap.
It was a wrap. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That wife, it seemed like she was going to be relentless. And again, I don't know if the wife carries in her bag or if she had the opportunity to get it from wherever it was in the house. And I don't know. I don't carry. I'm scared of them or whatever. But don't you got to have some type of safety on? Can you get the safety off that quickly too? Do y'all see where I'm saying?
Yes, you can get your safety. Let me tell you something. You can get your safety off really quickly, and I can fire a shot within 10 seconds. So don't you work in mind.
And that's if you pay attention to safety rules for gun handling. Some people don't do that.
But the mother says she was being beaten for some minutes, for some time.
Said 8 minutes.
Have anybody thought about the scenario that once the husband got caught, he pretended like he didn't know who that was in his house?
That part. That's so possible.
Because I still fall back on the fact that the mother said they. We all know they means two. And whether he was arrested or not, they probably arrested her because she did the kill. I'm sorry, unaliving. However, it just seems strange. Did this trifling person pretend like, oh my God, what is she doing in the house?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that husband should go down too for something. Valen, thank you for the super sticker. I truly appreciate it. I'm horrible with directions. Oh my God, the worst.
I also
Okay.
just want to say this, Diva, if it's okay.
Yes.
Anybody who's listening, if you happen to feel the need to step out, end your relationship before doing so. It's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. But it's better to do it that way. You have dignity. Your ex-partner will have their dignity. Do not betray. Because things like this can happen.
Yeah. Ladom Sweet Tea, thank you for the super chat. At 25, 51 is old. I bet it was a money thing. Sad. It's more to this, right? It's more to this. Now wait, because somebody told me, okay, so this is interesting. Thank you for the information. I used to be a 911 caller. I think you mean like you worked on in the dispatch for 911. We could not find you with a cell phone. Now you can ping, but the ping is not the exact location. Okay, good information. I think that's tagging back to what Leo said, that they can find you quicker with a landline than they probably could with a cell phone. Because cell phone is probably going to give you general area and not exact address.
It's going to give you a radius on a cell phone, but the
Right,
landline will give you an
Oh,
exact
well, let me tell you, Alabama must have a good system, okay? Because my kids accidentally called the police from a phone, my cell phone, and the police showed up at the door talking about something, is everything go right?
Yeah. This is just, it's just general information. This is all just general information. We're not, nobody's marrying down to like we speaking exact facts here.
Yeah.
But it's general information and it's good to know, right?
And it's all speculations because we do not have facts.
Right.
But the general rule is just know who you are with.
Yes.
Let somebody know where you are going.
Yes.
And it goes back to what I heard someone says, yes, back in the day, if you went with someone, you left with them. You did not split up for whatever reason. And if you did, one person did go, you all went.
Right, right. And okay, so I want to close out. I'm not even going to get to my other topics. This is a good conversation to have. And I really want to end off with one. I want to say this. We have no judgment towards anyone in this story. We need more facts. We're just having a good conversation because it needs to be had for many reasons, because this is sad. And this young lady should still be alive at this moment, right? So I want to close out by saying, one, my condolences to her family. May this young lady rest in peace. And I feel like at some point, if she would have came through the door and pow this girl, I would think that she thought it was a perfect stranger, like just someone in her house, right? But because I feel like more went on, I feel like this woman knew more. And my thing is, again, I said it with the other story. There's no way on this earth I'm about to get locked up over some cheating, no good, low down, dirty man. Okay. Now,
Hey, Diva.
Hold on one second, Regina. Unless this girl came and tried to do something to me, because it is my house, I'm not going down for this, man. Y'all both can have each other and he can get out my house with you. Now, when I go around, I want to close out. I would appreciate if everybody just give some tip of safety or, drop some knowledge, because listen, even if we help one person, is one person that we're helping to maybe change their life and save their life. Okay. So a little safety tip or anything positive that you want to close out with. I'll start at the bottom. Regina, I know you want to say something. You can say what you want to say first and then give us your safety tip or whatever you want to close out with. So go ahead, Regina.
I just wanted to reiterate what you just said about just being aware and that the lady is probably going to do sometime. Like I said earlier, with the Carla Harris case that happened here in Houston, that was what actually got her the 20 years, was because she knew that her husband was cheating. She went to the hotel and she ran him over. You know, so my safety tip is, just like we've been saying today, just don't go to nobody's house that you don't know. And if you doing that, if you in that life, because I'm not gonna pass judgment on nobody. I did dumb stuff, like I said.
Right.
If you in that life, make sure that you're doing stuff to protect yourself. Make sure that you're telling people where you're going, who you're going with. They don't have to know you going to turn a trick, making money. They don't need to know none of that. You could just let them know where you at. And also, to the young lady, my condolences to her family. And may she rest in peace. And it was a pleasure to talk to all of y'all. Diva, I love you. You know that. And I will see you on your next live.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and great tips. Sass K, take a picture of your dates and send to your friends along with a picture of the license plate.
Hey, check the back check.
Yeah. If you go to their home, send a text to all of your friends, their address. You better come on now. I love that. I just gotta chill. You gotta let somebody know. At the very least, your friends would be able to tell the cops or whoever, listen, Diva was here. This is who she said she was with. Go look for him first. Julius, your final thoughts.
Instinct. I had to learn the hard way to trust my instinct.
Yes.
And don't second guess it. And the thing about it is, I am 30 years old. And my mom is like, listen, I'm not trying to be all up in your business, but I'm like, listen, this is who I'm going with. This is his number. Like you just said, Deep. I'm like, this is his number. This is where we going. So if you can't reach me, you can reach, listen, there is nothing wrong. And I say this to in these young people, they don't want to listen to it. It's just a common courtesy and respect. Key words. Common courtesy and respect. Most important, respect. Just to let your village know where you're going and so forth. It's okay. But trust your instinct.
Trust your instinct.
Don't second guess it.
Don't second guess it. You feel it. I don't care if you think you're going to offend that person or not. Trust your instinct. Trust it. Yes, I do agree with you on that. Julius, thank you. E, Dustin's wife. What are your final thoughts?
Hey, so these are my final thoughts. When people say, well, don't act like you haven't been young before, I have been young, and I have been places where I should not have been, but I ain't never been caught by nobody's wife, that's for sure. And what I will say is, anytime I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, I had a feeling. I heard somebody mention the word discernment. It's everybody, even if you weren't taught by your parents, it's something inside of you that God gives each of us to let us know. It's like a spider, like in the movie Spider-Man, the Spidey sense. You get some type of feeling, even if it's at the last minute, that hey, something, this doesn't feel right. And it's what you said, Diva. We have to be confident in speaking up, even if it's going to hurt the other person's feelings, because you may not get another opportunity to get out and abort the mission.
Say it, sis.
Yes, because in P Valley, what does Uncle Clifford say? Sometimes that window you might have to turn the window into an exit.
Come on.
You just don't know. And fortunately, that hasn't been my experience, but I've always gotten that little tingling on the back of my neck and say, hey girl, get out of here right now. But my tip for safety is going to be this to the ladies. With these pictures getting out and this drinking and smoking and going back to people's house afterward, listen, my cameras in my house just got set up. When you walk into some of these men's houses, you don't know if you're on camera or not. So you need to be careful, because you may not see, especially 5 o'clock in the morning, dark, you don't turn on the lights. You don't know what you're walking into. And then you end up on the internet and not knowing how you got there. Stop going to these people's houses and thinking it's a fun time, because you'll do something and you'll be caught. And I just think Do what Benzino does when he goes out with his boyfriends. Make these men take you to the Red Roof Inn. It's just 5 minutes. I mean, come on, you
Come
go back
on.
home afterward.
Come on.
So that was my safety tip. Thank y'all.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Leo, you're up.
So many. If you meet someone online, I would encourage every young person to find someone's first and last name, and at least an approximate age. Because I deal with staffing, and sometimes people get hired and then they go to a job site, and when it's time to get paid, they got Boo Boo and Man Man and Lil Dart and Big Boo and all these people's names on the roster to get paid, but that's not your government name. Can't nobody pay you off a Man Man. So I would say make sure you know who you're going out with. When you meet for coffee and whatever cute or clever name they got in or whatever, at least attempt to get their full name and let someone else know that this is who you're going out with and where you're going to. I will also admit at being 25 and doing questionable things and going questionable places, but at the same time, I still had enough good sense not to get drunk, not to get high where I'm at. You got to get and give in things. So if you want to be a person that's adventurous, don't be out there on the substances. If you out there on the substances, then you better stay close to home. Figure some things out for yourself that's going to keep yourself safe. Travel in a tighter circle if that's what y'all do is these substances. I was fortunate enough not to be on those things. So even though people around me might have been doing them, I was very fully aware of where I was at and what I was doing, even though it might have been questionable. Okay. In some places and people didn't know where I was at. But I still had my good full mind, even though I was a Christian girl that was raised up in a very close circuit. I still had awareness that I was still taught by my father to be aware of where I was at and what was going on, who was doing what. You still have to do that, young people. You feel like the world is your oyster, and it is, but you are a jewel that needs to be protected. And the best person to protect you is yourself.
I love it. Thank you. Ashley Kelly, thank you for the super chat. Wear purse crossbody. That's a good tip, right? Because like I told you, I could be ditzy sometime, right? Wear a crossbody purse, okay? Never get in a car with anyone. And if they are in yours, do not leave that lot unless you, I don't understand the rest. But thank you for the super chat and thank you for your comment there. I'm getting a little confused on the end part of it, but I get it. But you're giving a smart tip there, right? And be careful. And it's best to me, especially if you really, really don't know them. Instead of them coming to pick you up, it's best to maybe on the first date, I'll meet you at the restaurant. So that way you're in control of your own transportation. You see what I mean? Just some tips and thoughts, okay? We're not saying we the end all be all. We just trying to give some little tips out there. My screen shifted a lot. Who did I miss so far?
Me. I'm going to say this real quick.
Yes.
Safety before pleasure. And that's it in a nutshell.
Well, boom. Boom. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. In my opinion, I don't think I came to you. Did I?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're going to go out with somebody and you're going to be in their personal space, have somebody that you're dropping that pet on your tag to every 15 to 20 minutes, just so you're on the safe side.
I like that. I like that. Gwendolyn, you know what? This is smart. This is smart. This is smart. I let them know too. I'll be like, yeah, my sister already know. Like, you let them know. Like, you protected. Let the people know you protected in these streets. Just in case they are a little sinister. Maybe they'll change their mind, knowing that everybody already know that you with them, okay? She said, I take a picture of my outfit. I like this. Friends know their names. I love it. tag hashtag and a picture of that person. I love it. I also let that person know that I have sent my friends all that information. I love that. I love that tip. Absolutely love it. Let that brother or sister know you protected, okay? Your people know where you are and they know that you're with them. I love it, Gwendolyn. Thank you so much for that tip. Dustin, we're closing out with you.
Hey, I didn't get to go.
I'm sorry, Felicia, because my screen shifted. But Felicia, you go, and then I'm going to go to Dustin.
Thank you. I think I want to come from a different point. One of the things I love to do for many decades now is roller skate. And I'll take me and my skates wherever the DJ is, and I will skate all night, skate all weekend, skate. And sometimes I'm not very aware of where I'm going. But what I do, and this is a safety tip I'd like to share with other folks, is I'm never short on cash, credit card.
Smart.
As you said, keep that phone charged, because I'm out there skating 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and I don't know how dark it is or how light it is outside. I may not even know the location around me, but I make sure I have a driver on standby. I'm not trying to just Uber anybody. You're not going to Uber pick me up or car service. I have my driver ready, and then when I call them, I say, okay, I'm ready to go. And I think if you're driving yourself, that's great. If you need to be picked up, you prearrange it. Never be without a credit card that's not working, cash that's not working. Never rely on other people who say, oh, I'll give you a ride home. You just don't know how that's going to go. So have your money, and always have the freedom to leave. Know when to leave, when you want.
You know, Felicia, you gave good tips. I love it. I'm the worst with having cash on me. The worst. And that is a really good tip. You got to have some cash on you, because everybody don't take these debit cards and credit cards.
At least a 20, Diva.
Yeah, you know, you're right. Everybody told me, and now you know what? Y'all helping me out too. I'm gonna stop and knock it off and carry my cash. Okay, you gotta have cash. You gotta have a credit card that has
Diva, if you don't, I'm sorry, Diva, if you don't use cash, when you keep cash with you, it stay with you forever. Because I keep cash too, and I don't never spend it, and it's right there with me. So think about that.
No, you're right. I'm a have the cash. You gotta have the cash, people, and have a credit card that has some room on it.
And keep it in your bra. You're under your boobs. Ain't nobody taking it from there. They may steal your wallet, but they ain't gonna steal your boobs.
Well, that's you come on now.
Get
the people the tip. Let me ask y'all this: what does everybody mean by tag number? I'm lost.
That's when you send an air tag or your location to somebody else. That's what That's what I was saying. Send a tag or your location. Well, no, that can be on the Android phone too. You can send a tag. All you gotta do is hold your button down on the person that you're trying to send it to. It'll send the location of your location.
Well,
Diva, I'll talk to you after. You know.
Talk to me. Yeah. I didn't know. Okay, that's good. T. Thank you for the information. Let me read this. I think she mean if you're pumping gas, get in and see someone in your back seat. Okay, thank you. Do not leave the lot. Got you. I know Quick Trips in Atlanta have a safe space signs. If you're in danger, stand here. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Thank you, Bianca, for helping clear that up for me. All right, I like that. You know what? See, I'm in Jersey. Jersey girls don't pump gas. We don't have to pump. Okay. The gas.
Y'all lucky.
Yes, we are. The gas attendant pumps for us, so we never have to get out our car. Yeah, Jersey.
I remember that.
Huh?
I remember that. I said I remember that. Here in the South,
I don't have to pump mine either, but that's because I got husbands and sons.
Yeah, but Jersey girls don't pump. Okay, always carry a debit card and a credit card. Yes, people, catch these tips. Dustin, did I, Julius? I got to you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dustin. You're closing us out. What are your tips?
My tips are this, Diva. Always keep your cell phone with you.
Yes.
If you need it, it's right there with me. I don't go anywhere without it.
I love it.
I don't because I don't feel comfortable with it. don't feel comfortable going any place without having a cell phone, because if you break down or something like that, how are you gonna get a hold of somebody? I broke down about a month ago, and I couldn't get I had my cell phone, and thank.
Right. That's a good tip, right? So, have your stuff, and I don't even do that many calls or whatever, but I will turn around and go back and get my cell phone if I realize I forgot it and I don't have it. Yeah. Cell phone reorder is the best. What is that, everyone? Cell phone reorder? Anybody know?
I think she means recorder.
A recorder. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Felicia. See, we're helping each other, okay? On iPhone, fill out your emergency contact info. It can be used by the police and EMS without your code. Well, oh, shoot. Go ahead, Sasuke. I did not know that. I don't have iPhone, though. So the police can get to your emergency contact without having your code? That's good to know.
Yes, because you put it in, even with Android, you put it in ICE as an ICE, and it means in case of an emergency. And that contact, for whatever reason, law enforcement can get into your phone.
Well, amen. Did y'all hear that? So I save it
I
as
have that set up on my
okay.
phone.
So you save it as ICE.
You save it as ICE.
Well, I gotta tell the people that. Okay, I did not know that. And so they won't need my code. They could get in the phone and call my sister, whoever I have in as ICE.
Correct.
I gotta tell my son that. I appreciate y'all. Come on now. And yes, she did mean recorder. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Listen, we had a great conversation. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate y'all. Wait, it will also tell what drugs you are allergic to or if you have a medical condition. If you put it under ICE.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, it will.
If you take blood
if you get the Lifeline services, and if you get the Lifeline services,
hold on,
they have
guys,
everything.
I want to make sure we hear. If I go and say something under ICE, I can tell them, like, because I'm allergic to shellfish and I have an EpiPen. You could tell them all that, because my doctor used to tell me I need to get the medical alert bracelet, but I can't find a cute one. So you could put it in your phone.
I got you, Diva. I'll send it to you.
Okay, you're gonna send it to me. Okay, this is good stuff, people. I hope if y'all didn't know this, you'll know it now, and you should do it. That's true. One time I was holding down one of the buttons on the iPhone, and it sent an emergency alert to my emergency contact. Okay, I like this. I will meet a date 4 to 5 times before I let them pick me up. This is good stuff, Gwendolyn. But they are not coming into my place, and I'm not going into their place for a very long time. I like that. But Gwendolyn, we're old school. But I do agree that you should at least maybe have 2 to 3 dates before they just come pick you up. Get to know who you're dating. That's all we want to say. So listen, guys. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all had some amazing tips. Maybe we have to go into have another conversation as such, right? But I would say if you didn't know that about the phone, I'm going to update my phone and have my son update his phone. And we're going to do this ICE thing because I like that, because you can't get in nobody's phone now because of these codes. And I understand why we got to have codes on the phone, but I like this. So everybody, listen, thanks for being here. I hope y'all hit that like button. If you didn't hit it on the way in, please hit it on the way out. I will see you next time or tomorrow for Trending Topics, and we will probably add these other stories that we didn't get to tonight onto tomorrow's Trending Topic. So love you guys. Thanks for being here. The train is at the last stop. We got to go. Y'all done kept me overtime. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.